Hello and welcome to the channel. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has summoned the political parties in the country for dumping the peace accord signed only a few weeks ago. Remember, the People's Democratic Party PDP had accused the ruling All Progressives Congress APC of sending thugs to cause mayhem at their Zamfara and Kaduna rallies. This was after the supposed peace accord signed by all parties. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Violent campaigns. INEC summons political parties for dumping peace accord. Disturbed by increasing incidents of violence at campaigns and growing resort to incendiary comments barely 3 weeks after signing the peace accord, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has expressed concerns over the spate of violence at the ongoing campaigns. The commission said it will summon leaders of political parties next week over the resort to violence. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu raised concerns about the training of master trainers on technologies for the 2023 general elections in Abuja. This is coming barely 24 hours after the PDP campaign was attacked by suspected thugs in Kaduna State. Describing the development as worrisome, Yakubu cautioned parties and their supporters to focus on issues and steer clear of attacks on each other. He noted that the violent acts were not only violations of the Electoral Act 2022, but also negate the voluntary commitment by all political parties and candidates to the letter and spirit of the peace accord. Yakubu said, as the Commission is working hard to ensure a credible process, reports of clashes among parties and their supporters are worrisome. So too is the reported denial of access to public facilities for parties and candidates in some states. Let me caution parties and their supporters to focus on issues and steer clear of attacks on each other. Parties, candidates, and their supporters should not, by acts of commission or omission, further complicate the prevailing security situation in the country. A peaceful electioneering campaign is critical to the conduct of peaceful and credible elections. The Commission will continue to monitor the situation closely and will convene a meeting with leaders of political parties next week to discuss, among other issues, the imperative of peaceful campaigns and equal access to public facilities. In the same vein, the Commission will also meet with the security agencies under the auspices of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security (ICCES) next week. The INEC board stressed the need to build the capacity of staff that will be engaged for the 2023 poll on the use of the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System (BVAS) and other relevant technologies. Also, the Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria (ISAN) has urged the political class to refrain from making unguarded utterances and focus more on issues-based campaigns. According to the shareholders group, such utterances are capable of disrupting economic activities and impact negatively the capital markets. At a press briefing to announce its 7th Triennial Delegate Conference and Gala Night slated for October 27th in Lagos, the Publicity Secretary, Akin Batula, said if the country is peaceful, the 2023 election will be free and fair, while the stock market becomes stable to attract more investment inflow. ISAN seeks the good and enduring environment, particularly as we approach another election year. This is because there is a need to continue to protect the investment of our members and ensure the sustainability of listed firms. Speaking on the theme of the conference, Administration of Justice in Nigeria and Our Economy, the president of the association, Antonio Mojola, said the nation's economic fortune has deteriorated in the last decade due to distortion in the process of justice administration. Omojola said these alterations have affected adversely the operations of listed companies, impact negatively on their share prices, and make investors wary of the markets. He said the conference would create an interface where government, legislators, shareholders, and operators will brainstorm on laws infringing on operations of the capital market and constituting disincentive to investments. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. After several delays occasioned by twists and turns in the composition of its Presidential Campaign Council (PCC), President Muhammadu Buhari will on Friday unveil the manifesto of the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and inaugurate the PCC at the State House in Abuja. A member of the PCC who pleaded anonymity confirmed the development, adding that all stakeholders of the party, comprising the Abdullahi Adamu-led National Working Committee (NWC), members of the Progressive Governors Forum (PGF), and Tinubu have resolved grey areas that led to the shift of the inauguration. It is, however, not clear whether the membership strength of the 422 PCC was increased or pruned to accommodate various interest groups in the party. According to the source, the president is chairman of the PCC and has said he will personally lead his party's campaign and deliver votes to ensure the victory of Tinubu and his running mate, Kashim Shettima. The list of the PCC was released 3 weeks ago and it generated controversy among party chieftains who expressed displeasure that some party interests were not carried along. Another source in the party disclosed that the PCC was ready to begin campaigns across the country, with President Buhari taking the lead after the final harmonization of the list. APC and our candidates are ready to start the campaign now. We have a united front and full housekeeping has been done. The president will inaugurate the campaign council on Friday and also launch our manifesto, which we are taking to Nigerians, the source said. The president yesterday in Abuja warned ministers, permanent secretaries, and heads of government agencies not to abandon the business of governance for electioneering, saying any infraction will be viewed seriously. The president issued a directive at the closing ceremony of the 2022 Ministerial Performance Review Retreat, preceded by a signing of Executive Order 012 on improving performance management, coordination, and implementation of presidential priorities. He told participants at the retreat that with the commencement of campaigns towards the 2023 general elections, the business of governance must continue to receive the needed attention. Consequently, all ministers, permanent secretaries, and heads of agencies must remain focused on the discharge of their duties, as any infraction will be viewed seriously. Our collective goal is to map out a transition plan for the incoming administration to ensure proper documentation of all the policies, programs, and projects of government with up-to-date status of implementation, he stated. On Executive Order 012, President Buhari explained that it will institutionalize a culture of accountability and transparency in the pursuit of good governance. He also directed the Secretary to the Government of the Federation (SGF) to continue with the quarterly review process and assessment of ministries for the third and fourth quarter of 2022, saying the reports will form part of the transition documents of his administration to the incoming government. That's the news, guys. Until next time, bye.